Mr. Menendez of New Jersey.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. We can all agree that Mexican cartels pose a direct threat to U.S. interest. We can all agree that we need to fight the scourge of fentanyl in this country. We can also agree that this body and the United States government should prioritize addressing these issues. But today's hearing has not been a serious discussion of ways to protect American families from cartel activities or fentanyl trafficking. How can we engage in good faith discussions of border policies when this committee's majority is using this committee to arrive at a predetermined destination, the impeachment of Secretary Mayorkas, a destination they have said both publicly and behind closed doors they are set on reaching, no matter what the facts are, no matter what the administration has done to address these critical issues. When witnesses confirm what the majority already believes instead of engaging in actual fact-finding. Ms. Vaughn, you work for the Center for Immigration Studies, is that correct?
Yes, I do.
Ms. Vaughn, yes or no? Did you speak at an event organized by the Social Contract Press?
Look,
Yes or no? Yes or no? Yes or no? Yes or no? You were able to answer other questions in a yes or no fashion, yes or no?
Look, what
you
I
did.
said is that you're
did you
trying
appear?
to
Did
distract
you
from a
appear?
serious
Excuse me,
topic by
Mr. Chairman. This is my
attempting
time.
to smear me,
No, I'm just asking you
The
questions.
gentleman reclaims his time.
denigrating.
Did you appear alongside an editor of Chronicles magazine? Yes or no?
Could you repeat it, please?
Did you appear alongside an editor of Chronicles magazine? Yes or no?
Not that I know of.
Did you give an interview to the American Free Press?
I've never heard of it.
You've never heard of the American Free Press?
No, sir.
You've never done work with the American Free Press. Okay, well, we'll go back to the
Explain
record.
to me what
I think it's important that, excuse me, I'm reclaiming my time. I think it's important that we shed light on the organization you work for, as well as the three organizations that I believe you have either worked for or appeared alongside. The Center for Immigration Studies has been labeled an anti-immigrant hate group by the Southern Poverty Law Center.
That's a complete.
The Social Contract Press, a white nationalist publisher, has been labeled as a designated hate group by the Southern Poverty Law Center. According to the Southern Poverty Law Center, Chronicles magazine is a publication with strong neo-Confederate ties that caters to the white nationalist movement. And according to the Anti-Defamation League, the American Free Press is an anti-Semitic newspaper founded by a Holocaust denier. On the day that Congress welcomed the Israeli president to address us, we have someone who has contributed to an anti-Semitic newspaper founded by a Holocaust denier. A witness who makes 9 assertions in her written testimony about the administration's policies, assertions the majority will likely rely on to further their cause for the impeachment of Secretary Mayorkas. Yet only 2 citations were provided for those 9 assertions, both of which were provided by the Center for Immigration Studies, where you work, again, an organization that's been labeled an anti-immigrant hate group. I also think it's important that we discuss some of these issues through the lens of our values. Members of the majority, along with some of our witnesses, have mentioned their concern for the safety of migrants. Ms. Vaughn, you contend that the administration's policies expose migrants to abuse by the cartels. I'm glad that you recognize that the long and difficult journey that migrants face is an issue of concern. Immigrants travel to the United States by any means they can in search of a better life for their family, including on foot for hundreds, if not thousands of miles, enduring exposure to injury and illness along the way. That's why it's unconscionable to me that you also go out of your way to praise what Governor Abbott of Texas has done. You say in your testimony that, quote, to the extent there is any improvement at all, it is most likely due to efforts by the state of Texas to physically block the entry points, such as by patrolling the Rio Grande River, installing razor wire and buoys. I'm sure that many of us saw the reports this week about how Texas is telling their medics in the Department of Public Safety to treat migrants inhumanely. There's been a soaring heat wave in the Southwest, yet medics have reportedly been told not to give out water. Governor Abbott has made crossing the Rio Grande River a more dangerous and even deadly proposition by adding the buoys and razor wire mentioned that you alluded to in your testimony, including in areas of the river with high water and low visibility. This report included a story of a 19-year-old woman trapped in the wire who was having a miscarriage. 5 immigrants have drowned in 1 week period in the area near where this wire was installed. Where is the humanity for these people? Where is your outrage when you hear these stories? What are you doing to change the outcome for the people trying to get to this country, our country, to live their American dream for the betterment of their families? Where is your outrage when they have to encounter these conditions trying to get here to seek asylum? I yield back.
The gentleman yields. I recognize Mr.